afternoon, class. Yesterday, we spoke about annuity finances, didn't we? The day before. Yes. Okay. And we saw that if we have, for instance, a savings account that we want to save money in for, let's say, 10 years, we said that we are going to deposit money at the end of every month until the 10 years has passed. Now today, we are going to see what happens if we open a savings account and we immediately deposit something in it, and then as well at the end of every month. Can you see the difference? So for today's work, we have an immediate deposit, and then every end of the month until the end of the period. And then what happens is our formula changes. We have all the ends until the end of the period, but because we have an immediate deposit, we add 1 as well. Now let's look at the 4 examples on your notes. It's on page 4, I think. 3, page 3. The first one, let me just... The first one is, suppose that 1,500 Rand is invested every month, starting immediately, so look out for those keywords, for a period of 12 months. So we are going to invest for 12 months, but we have a starting immediately. And then every month, at the end of every month, we also deposit 1,500 Rand. Interest is 18% per annum, compounded monthly. So it's 18% compounded monthly. The future value of the investment after 12 months would be the sum of all the investments, all the payments, as well as the interest rate earned. Now, because they say start immediately, you must remember it's N plus 1. So we're going to use the immediate payment formula, this one. And then you write your F next. We want F. N is 12, but it's immediate as well. So 12 plus 1 equals 13. I is 18%, so it's 18 over 100, times how many times per year? 12 times. So this N and this N differs. Remember, this one is how many payments per month, how many installments, and this one is how many deposits. There was 12, as well as an extra starting one. X is 1,500 Rand. Now we substitute the values. X is 1,500. 1 plus I, it's 0.18 over 12. To the power of 13 minus 1, divide everything with I, 0.18 over 12. And then when you calculate that, you get Rand 21,355 Rand and 24 cents. This example is on your notes. You can just add extra notes if you need. Now there's an extra note on your papers saying what will happen if we didn't deposit 1,500 Rand immediately. So there's no immediate payment there. Then it is the previous formula, only to the power of n. Okay, can you see the difference? Yes. Right. Let's carry on to the next example. Thomas starts saving money in a unit trust fund. He immediately deposits, so that means n plus 1 into the fund. Thereafter, at the end of each month, so it's monthly, he deposits another 800 Rand every month. And continues to do so for 10 years. Interest is 8% per annum, compounded monthly, and calculate the value of the investment at the end of the 10-year period. It's always good to draw a timeline. Our immediate deposit is this one, the 800, and then every month at the end of the month for 10 years. So we know it's the n plus 1 formula, the immediate payment formula, and then you write your F next. We want to calculate F. Our n is 12 years times 10 years, it's 120, but we need to add 1. So it's 12 times 10 plus 1, and that's 121. Our I is 8 over 100 times 12, and that is 0.08 over 12. X is 800 every time. Now we substitute that into our formula. X is 800. 1 plus I is 0.08 over 12 to the power of 121 minus 1, everything over 0.08 over 12. When you calculate that, remember to write your Rand. 148,132,54 is the answer. Any questions? No. Who doesn't understand? Yes?
So, ma'am, the 121 payments is the N.
That's the N. Okay, let's look at example number 3. Dana has just turned 20 years and she has a dream of saving 8 million Rand by the time she reaches the age of 50. She starts to pay equal monthly payments into a retirement annuity, which pays 18% per annum compounded monthly. The first payment starts on her 20th birthday. Okay, now you have to think a little bit. She wants to save until she's 50. She starts her first payment on the day of her 20th birthday. So it's an immediate payment, X. The last payment is on her 50th birthday, and she pays monthly. Okay. F is the 8 million. She wants to reach 8 million at the end of 50 years. So we start with 8 million at F. Our N. How many years is it from 20 till 50? 30 years. How many months? 360 months. Plus the immediate one. 361. So it's 30 years times 12 months plus 1, and that is 361 for N. The I is 18%, so it's 18 over 100 times 12 times a year, and that gives us 0,015. X we need to calculate. Okay, now we substitute it into our formula. F is 8 million. X stays X. 1 plus I is 0,015 to the power of 361 minus 1 over 0,015. We want to solve X. So we need to get X alone. That means that we have to first multiply with the 0,015 both sides of the equal sign. Just wait, Judah. So it's 8 million times 0,015 equals X. 1 plus 0,015 is 1,015 to the power of 361 minus 1, like that. And then, to solve X, I need to divide with this bracket. Okay. You're not allowed to do this in exams. You have to write everything. And what you do on the right-hand side, you must do on the left-hand side as well. So now, X remains. And that will be equal to 558,41 rands.
Now, what do you mean with it? So, like, if I jump from the first step to the step where it's 8 million times 0,015 divided by the 1,015, the power of 361 minus 1.
Yeah, I just didn't write it there.
Or you must
write it. Okay. Everybody with me?
Remember, if we don't write the division like we did, what's the next step? Will it be wrong?
If you leave out this step, and
Yes.
you, well, if it's right, it's right. Okay. Can I carry on?
Yes,
Our last example. Jessie deposits 400 rand into an account, paying 14% per annum compounded half yearly. Half yearly means how many times a year? 2 times. So that means that when they say she deposits 400 rand, it means she starts immediately. So this is our immediate 400. N plus 1. And then she deposits 400 Rand every 6 months. She continues to make half-yearly deposits into account for a period of 9 years from her first deposit of 400. Calculate the value of her savings at the end of the period. Okay, we know that it's N plus 1, so we use the immediate payment formula. And then we set up our FNIPS. F needs to be calculated. N is 9 years times 2, and then we have to plus 1, so that equals 19. I is, what is it, 14 over 100 times 2. That equals to 0.14 over 2. And X is 400. Now you substitute everything into your formula. X is 400. 1 plus I is 0.14 over 2 to the power of 19 minus 1 over 0.14 divided by 2. And then if you calculate it, you get what? What is the answer of that one? 14.
Yes.
14.
951, comma?
59.
59. Thank you. Okay. Any questions? Will you be able to do them? Yeah, it's 9 times 2 because she deposits half yearly.
Times 11. Then why is it that the full 9 if for 6 months she didn't put her money?
Why is what?
And because it says 6 months later she didn't deposit 400 and then from there it's 809. What happens to that 6 months? Is it
She deposits for 6 months after this. She deposits 400. Then she continues to make half yearly deposits, not monthly. Is that what you're asking? Are you with me?
No, she's not. But let me rephrase it for her. She's asking, right? They said that, you said that it means immediately this person deposits 400 Rand into account, paying that. That means immediately. And then she says 6 months later, so there was a 6 months gap before, after the immediate deposit. So what happens to that 6 months? That's what she's asking.
Oh, because it's half yearly, it's 6 months every time. Are you with me on that? Fine, that's our lesson for today, no?
Then what happens if they say like 9.5 rands?
9.5, then you multiply there with 9.5.
Even 9.72?
They won't do that. Your homework for Monday.